Hi everyone, welcome back to my new Model Barmy channel, and this time we're doing this. So this is the Airfix Hawker Typhoon Mark 1, but most importantly it's RB396. So that is the aircraft that the Hawker Typhoon Preservation Group are trying to return to the skies. So I've been a member of this preservation group almost from its start. So my intention with this, rather than build it as a sort of standard static model, what I want to do is I want to put it inside a box frame. So this is a shadow box frame, and I've kind of did this with a lightning model in my lockdown modelling video. So I've got this frame. I've also got a larger one, which I don't know that the camera will pick up, but it is much larger. And my intention is to build it, obviously wheels up. I'll probably have to take the glass out to accommodate the depth of the aircraft, which isn't a problem. So that's my intention. Now the reason I'm doing this is we've got a meeting coming up, a preservation group meeting at Tangmere, which is local to me, and during which I believe they're going to have an auction. So what I want to do is build this and donate it into the auction to see if we can raise some more money. So I am up against it a bit because I've got less than a month to do this, so I've really got to crack on with it. So let's make a start. Right, well I have cracked on, as you can see. Didn't think there was any point in showing you the fuselage halves going together and the wings going on. But the one thing I have changed is, hopefully you can see that, I've reposed the pilot's head. So I've also added, I don't know whether you can see that, I've added an oxygen mask as well, because the pilot figures all look a bit samey, so I wanted this to be a little bit more individual. And of course, when it's in a frame, the aircraft's going to be like that, so it's going to be reefing into a wing over, so he's got his target in sight, and he's going to start his rocket running. It's an okay kit. I'm not massively impressed, I've got to say, for a newish tooling from Airfix. The wing joints, there are some pretty big holes or gaps there, so I've used Vallejo putty to fill those in. The canopy fit, if you want to model this with a closed canopy, the canopy fit is not great at all. You've got to take the frame rails down because the canopy, the bubble top, the sliding element of it fits, so it's very proud of the windscreen. So you get this camera's really misbehaving, sorry about that. You get a real step here, so I've had to take a little bit off the bottom of the canopy rails each side to get it to fit properly. And even then there is still a little step, so I've had to fill in the gap with some white glue, so that when I'm spraying it nothing goes inside there. But yeah, it's okay. I've obviously done it wheels up, still got the rockets to go on, so I've drilled out the wings ready for the hard points, ready for the rocket rails. So I'm guessing the next bit is to start thinking about priming. Oh yeah, incidentally, I was going to do this as so it looked like it had a spinning prop. So to that end, what I've done, I've filled in. Come on, focus. I mean, things really misbehaving. There we go. So that's just got some Mr. Surfacer on it at the moment. I've just got to sand that down again, tidy that up, but I've filled the holes in the spinner. So my plan, if I've got it here somewhere, was, there we go. So I got a piece of clear plastic, reasonably stiff plastic. So I drilled a hole in this, and then drilled a hole in the end of this nail file, and then literally put a pin through it and ran this round on a piece of wood, so that you get this perfectly round spinning kind of look. So I should probably just put a little bit of yellow paint around the outside to signify the sort of propeller tips. Might put a little bit of black nearer the inside. The whole idea of that is that will fit, the spinner will fit through there, and hopefully it will look like a spinning prop. Now obviously when it's in its frame, I'm going to have to chop the bottom part of this off, so it's going to be flat against the backboard of the frame. So it's going to look something like that, which I think is sort of passable. But yeah, I thought that's going to be fairly effective. So anyway, let's get some paint on this. Right, as you can see, I've forged ahead. I get a little bit overexcited and forget to film various stages, but as you can see, we now have paint on, decals. I've given it a coat of clear Tamiya just to seal everything in. I've used a post shading technique to try and give this sort of faded camouflage look. Not done that many times before, but I'm relatively happy how that's come out. So I'm going to leave the clear on as it is, because the next step is going to be to weather it. I shall use some panel washes probably around the control surfaces to enhance those, some exhaust staining, and various other bits of wear. On the underside, I haven't put any of the stencils on decal wise because they're painful to do, and none of this will be seen because it's going to be mounted inside a frame. I put the roundels on, but yeah, that was as far as I went with that. So yeah, weathering next, and then a coat of clear matte, I think. Right, so there you have it. A coat of matte varnish. I've put this thing on the bottom in order to mount it in the frame, which I'll show you in a minute. Put the rockets on. I've not really bothered weathering the underside because you won't see any of that. And I've picked out some of the fastenings around the engine panels for engine access, and also the armourers would have been in and out of the covers for the rearming the cannons. So I didn't want to overdo it particularly, but I'm quite pleased with that. I've been the idea of the spinning prop thing, it just looked too toy-like. So literally the spinner with the holes for the props covered over, just give that impression that the prop is spinning. Let's get it back in focus again. So I'm quite happy how this has turned out. So I think the next thing to do is get it mounted up. Okay, so here we go. That's the completed model mounted up in its frame. Let's bring it a bit closer to the camera so you can see. So I've subsequently found out that we're not having an auction at our next Preservation Group meet at Tangmere, which is in a couple of weeks. There will in fact be a raffle. So I'm going to donate this as a raffle prize in order to create some funds to get this bad boy back in the air, which can't come soon enough, but it's taken a long time. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next project, which may be another railway one. So anyway, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.